One of the reasons I went with tracks is because the tracks narrow the machine down a little bit and allows us to cross some of the smaller bridges we have here in our area. There's no straight road anywhere in our state. They're all winding and they're narrow, and they lack maintenance too.
Yeah, you know how to work it now. It ain't gonna act right. I just bought a brand new can of air. I'm gonna get ugly with them. There we go. Let's get him a little coat.
Oh!
Watch out. Got some pressure.
single phase power with industrial equipment never works.
Good.
It's a hoax. You see the men sweating this morning. That's where the corn's trying to cool off and the temperature inversion at night. You never want to see that. So with three-phase power, you've got the ability for two legs to operate, and if there's a surge in the line, the third line can absorb the surge. On single phase, you just have one leg, and it basically, if you have a surge in the line, it just knocks everything out. So it's worth the money to invest in three-phase power. This is the last couple of bins we don't have three-phase on, and they constantly give trouble, and the three-phase stuff rarely gives trouble, and it's usually just something minor if I'm working on three-phase versus single-phase. It's always like a motor down or something like that. So so he asked his dad if he could rent the remaining acres that he had, and his dad was like, I don't know why you want to do that, but sure, and rented in the farm. And Dad started actually row cropping along with tobacco and I think hogs at that point.
Going on over here?
So just continuing corn harvest today. We're doing inrows right now, just talking about the deer damage here on the headland. It's been pretty bad, and hopefully we continue with the low breakdowns on the drying equipment. Everything's running pretty seamlessly right now, and combine's running good, no problems out of the trucks. Just overall been a pretty productive week.
When did you get this piece of farmland?
Let's see, this particular farm was owned by Jim Wilson, who was a equipment dealer, farm or land, pretty large landowner. He had a cattle and hog business as well, and Mr. Jim's dead now, but one of my dad's really good friends, and Dad said that he was buying, I can't remember what it was. Jim was a short line farm equipment dealer, and Dad was buying a piece of equipment from him, and he said he always drove past this farm and liked it and wished he could own it or whatever. And he said just out of the blue one day, when he was buying a piece of equipment from Jim, a bush hog or something, he said, hey, you wouldn't want to sell that farm down there on King Road, would you? And he said, Jim was like, well, I never really thought of it. Now, I don't think I'm interested in selling it. And a couple of days later, Mr. Jim came back and said, yeah, I think I will sell it. I have another farm I'm wanting to buy anyway. And so Dad worked out a deal and bought the place. And Dad said it wasn't a couple of weeks later, Jim come to him and said, I don't know what got into me on that. I really didn't want to sell that place, but it was too late at that point. Dad had already taken possession of it. So I think we acquired this property in like 93 or 4. It was before my time. I actually built a cabin on it right after I came back from school, and we put a lake in on it. It's got some duck hunting on it, so it's a pretty diverse property, and it's a pretty productive property too. One of our most productive farms. So it was one of them things where we can't really put our finger on how we acquired it. It was just luck of the draw, I guess.
I heard you pass.
Oh yeah, I did.
Are you
That was the nervous I've ever been in my life. Like that's why I told Lynn. I was like, I've never been married or had a kid, but my hands were tingling. I was so nervous. It was bad.
Just tell the camera what you just did.
I went and took my CDL test, and I've been studying for probably a month or two, and I finally passed. It was nerve-wracking, for sure.
That's awesome.
For sure. It was one of the hardest things probably I've ever studied for. It's not even like, wasn't hard, really. It's just remembering everything you gotta say. Gosh, dang. I would never want to do it again.
Here in Kentucky, it was settled really early and really before the United States was a nation. So basically what you have is the Indian trails and wagon roads were then graveled, and then after that they were paved. So there's no straight road anywhere in our state. They're all winding and they're narrow, and they lack maintenance too. So that's one of the logistical issues of Kentucky, is we don't have those wide, straight flat roads. Everything's narrow and winding, lots of corners, no shoulders, and some of them are so narrow and trees so close you can't get large farm equipment down, so you have to come up maybe from a different way than what was closest. So that's a logistical challenge here. It's one of the reasons I went with tracks, is because the tracks narrow the machine down a little bit and allows us to cross some of the smaller bridges we have here in our area. Tracks make it just narrow enough that we can get through. So I have appreciated the ride though, man. It's smoothed the combine up a lot. It'll spoil you.
How's it going over here?
It's going. We got the road driveway graded finally, got all the holes filled in. It's been a mess down there. It's rough out through there.
And just like that, we are headed home. Back to Iowa we go. So thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you in Philo. Narrow roads. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Please like and subscribe. Give us a share. We really want this YouTube channel to be something that can not only help highlight the Denton farm, but also just help serve agriculture in general. So if that's something that you're passionate about and you care about, or something you're curious about, if you want to see more of it, yeah, please follow, because the more people who follow along, the more resources we can dedicate to this, and the bigger impact we can have. And so if you want to buy into the bigger mission of what this could be, yeah, please share this with people you know. This is a project that is much bigger than just us. This is a project that's going to take the entire ag industry. So if you want to be a part of that, please share. So you guys have an awesome week. Tune in next time. See ya.